This is our place in the human race, and we won't stop dreaming. No, we won't stop dreaming.
So what's going on here is that I am walking to one of the hostels that's closer towards Corcovado National Park. It's a pretty nice walk, but I was carrying a lot of luggage, so it wasn't always fun. Lots of up and downs and windy roads. And some generic horses and a cute little generic baby horse. And a cow. Well, hey, how's it going, cow? What it does. There he is. Let's get him, stupid human. So this was easily my least favorite part of going to my jungle hostel, was having to go through 3 rivers. And you go through not 1 and not 2, but 3 rivers. And depending on how tall you are, it'll determine how annoying it'll be. In this case, the water went up to my lower hamstrings. So not horrible, but still not fun. And thankfully the water is mostly clear, so you can see crocodiles or sharks, because occasionally there are bull sharks that go into these rivers, because as some of y'all know, bull sharks can live in both salt and fresh water. They're very, very dangerous sharks. These attacks can occur in cloudy water, and in general, sharks don't really like eating humans, but if they can't see what you are, they'll bite you. But anyway, yeah, it's a nice walk, but don't be deceived by Google. It'll tell you that from Drake Bay to one of the jungle hostels, it'll be about 2 or 3 hours. That's a lie, because lots of it goes through jungle, and yeah, it'll take you more like 5 to 6 hours to get to your destination. If you're fit, it's not really a big deal, but if you're expecting a nice leisure walk, it's definitely not. It is pretty intense jungle walking. But overall, it's worth it, because you get a hostel out here, you can explore things like this every day. Alright people, don't try this at home unless you're used to rocky terrain like I am. I spent the last couple of years in Colorado trekking up and down mountains, so this kind of stuff doesn't really bother me. Plus, I'm pretty sure-footed, so I've never really tripped on the rocks before. But if you were to trip, that would be a very, very bad day, as you can tell, because these rocks are quite jagged and sharp. That would really put a damper in your trip. But thankfully, if you're Costa Rica traveling, you'd have already had purchased mandatory travel insurance. So if you got injured, you probably would have been fine. Just pay your deductible and stuff. Yep, this place was quite amazing. Views like this were about a 3-minute walk from where I was staying. Yep, the sunsets out here were amazing. And you can do things like this, racing the ocean current, because this was right as high tide's coming in. And high tide is quite a spectacle up close. There is immense power in water. You can drink it, but the ocean can easily drink you and crush you. So watch your step. because I may be nimble on rocky terrain like mountains, but I am not the best swimmer. So if one of these waves were to take me out, yeah, I'd probably never be found. But oh man, was this an amazing time out here. But for real, people, unless you're used to this kind of stuff, don't try and be fancy out here. I do these things because I enjoy them, not to feel cool, because let's be real, no one really thinks this stuff is cool. So by doing adventurous stuff outdoors, you probably aren't really impressing anybody. Yep, I've seen things like this every night, so they were cool at first, but eventually got kind of boring. Well, that's all for now. See y'all later.